Hey everyone, I'm Miss Lastly and I'm one of the math teachers here at Ballard High School, and I'm here to give you guys a quick introduction to Office 365. All right, here we go. Okay, so first we have to figure out how to access Office 365. There's a couple ways you can do this. If you're in your student portal, which I know this may look a little bit different than yours because this is my teacher portal, but should be something similar to this. If you're on your home page, you can scroll down to SPS Tools and go ahead and click on Office 365, and it will take you to your Office 365 suite. You can also access this from the Ballard homepage. So if you go to the Ballard homepage, if you go to Students, and in the drop-down you will see an option for Office 365. If you go ahead and click on that, it again will open up your Office 365 suite. All right, so here's what it looks like when you go ahead and click on that. So here's my Office 365. Now you may not have as many applications as I do. That's okay. You probably have some of them. You can also add applications by going to All Apps and then finding the one that you need. The two that we're going to talk about today in this video anyways is going to be OneDrive and Word. All right, now just a little side note, OneNote is another application that you will see a lot of teachers probably using this school year because it does work really well with online learning. If you've never used OneNote before, it may be a good idea to go ahead, maybe over the weekend or sometime today, go ahead and open up OneNote and kind of look through it, see what it looks like. It's a really great tool for keeping your notes organized, your classworks, and things like that for your different subjects. It's kind of like having a binder online, I guess you can say. So I'm sure if you do have a teacher that uses OneNote, they will go into more detail with you, but it is a pretty interesting application. So if you haven't had a chance to look at it, you may want to go ahead and check it out in your free time. All right, so our focus today is going to be, like I said, OneDrive and Word. So let's go ahead and go into OneDrive. Now, you may have used OneDrive before, so you may have other folders in here. My advice would be to, just in order to keep everything kind of organized, is to create a file or a folder maybe for older items. So maybe you created documents last year for your classes. I would go ahead and create a folder and call it maybe school year 2019 to 2020, or maybe last year's material, or whatever you want. I would go ahead and just make that folder and slide those older documents into it so that you kind of start this school year with like a fresh, clean start. All right. Since I don't have anything here to do that with, I'm just going to go ahead and start this for this upcoming school year. So I'm going to start by creating 6 folders. These are going to be for my 6 different subjects that I'm taking this year. So I'm going to go up here to where it says New Folder. All right. Now, you can name these however you want. My advice would be to do some kind of combination of the period that you take this class and then the subject that it is. So that's exactly how I'm going to set mine up. So I'm going to do period 1, and let's say I have math first period. I have math all periods. So that is what it is. I'm going to make some fake classes though, so it's fine. All right, so we have period 1 math, and we want to do this for all 6 classes. So I'm going to go ahead and do this again, period 2. And let's say I have history second. All right, so take some time, and I want you to go ahead and do this for the rest of your 6 classes. All right, so I now have all 6 of my subject folders created, and hopefully you took the time to do this on your end as well. All right, now this may seem a little bit extra to you, but remember, since all of our classes are at least starting the school year online, it is going to be really helpful for you to have your subjects separated. That way it's easy to find things. It's also going to be easy if, say, you have to do a collaboration, a project with someone else in your class, and you need to share something with them. If you don't really have your folders set up, you don't really have your assignments organized, it's going to be really difficult for your friend to kind of navigate through your OneDrive to find whatever they're looking for that you guys should be, collaborating on. All right, so once you've done this, what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and take a screenshot of this page in this setup right here. So with all 6 of your folders created, I want you to, like I said, take a screenshot. If you don't know how to take a screenshot, it's very simple. You're going to look either along the top bar of your keyboard where you have all the F buttons at, and you should see something that says print screen or PRT SCN. If it's not located there, it may be in the middle of your keyboard. So if you have one of those bigger keyboards with a number pad, it will be in that middle section above the up, down, left, right arrows, in that chunk of like, I think 6 little keys that you can have. So just go ahead, and once you've located that button, I want you to go ahead and print the screen. All right, we're going to need that screenshot in a second when we create our document. Okay, so now we want to go ahead and practice creating a Word document. So we're going to go into period 1, all right, and we want to make a Word document. So we're going to go over here to add, and we're just going to do this, like I said, we're going to do a Word document. So we're going to click on Word document. All right, so it's going to open up a blank document here for us in Microsoft Word. All right, and the first thing it is always a good idea to do is to name your document. So if you go up to the top bar right here and click, we're going to go ahead and name our document. So there are a couple ways you can name things, and I'm sure each one of your teachers is going to have a specific method that they're going to want you to use when naming something. If you're ever unsure of how to name it and you know that you're turning this in to a teacher, a very standard way that you can do this is by using your last name, maybe the period that you're in, and then you definitely want to include the assignment title when you're naming your document. All right, and don't make up your own title. Call it the title of the actual assignment that your teacher is giving you to work on. That way, your teacher can see the same assignment name for all the students that are turning this in. All right, so since this is just generic, I'm going to go ahead and kind of do a lengthy title for mine. So I'm going to do my last name, my period, and the assignment title. Again, your teacher may want you to do this a little bit different, so wait for their instructions. All right, so mine is lastly, because that's my last name, period 1, because that is what class I am in, and then this is the day 1 activity. All right, so once you click off of it, it has now saved your title of the document. All right, the next thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and we want to paste that screenshot. So you can either right click and do paste, or you can hit Control V on your keyboard and it should paste that screenshot that you just took. All right, so now we have our screenshot. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to crop this a little bit because it's hard to read the stuff that we have in here. So I'm going to go ahead and right click and then crop my photo. That way when I send this to my teacher, because we are going to do that in a second, they can easily see what it says up here. There we go. So that's a little bit better. All right, so now in my screenshot, you can see I have all 6 of my folders, which is the goal for this activity. All right, and the last thing I want you to do is to answer the question, how comfortable do you now feel using Office 365? So you don't need to type the question. I'm going to, just so you guys can see it. And then I want you to rank yourselves on like a scale of 1 to 10. All right, so how comfortable All right, scale of 1 to 10. I will say I feel comfortable at an 8. There are definitely a lot of things that I know how to do, but there are also things that I don't feel comfortable doing yet. So I gave myself an 8. So rank yourself however you feel on using Office 365 so far. All right, now what we want to do is we want to share this document with someone. So if you go up into your top right corner, you'll see an option to share. We're going to go ahead and click on it. All right, and you guys are going to be sharing this with your teacher so they can check and make sure you have all of your folders set up in your OneDrive account. So whatever class that you are currently in, you are going to send this to that teacher. So I'm in my class, so I'm going to type in lastly, and then I'm going to pop up. All right, so I'm going to click on my teacher's name, and then I'm going to send this to that teacher. All right, so now I have successfully sent this document to my teacher. I can go ahead and close out of this, and it is automatically now saved in that period 1. So if I wanted to go back into it, I can click it, and it will take me right back to my screenshot with my question that I have answered. All right, well, that is it for this quick tutorial of Office 365. I hope it was helpful. If you still have questions on how to use Office 365, please talk to your teacher and ask them. You can also use Google if you have some more advanced questions on how to do things. But hopefully you guys feel at least a little bit more comfortable than you did when we started this video. I hope you guys have a great day, and maybe I'll see you in one of my classes.